In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I am the host of this broadcast, the gatekeeper, so to speak, your host. I am known here on YouTube and on Daily Motion and Vimeo and Facebook. I am known as the mighty Angelsnupnup7, your brother and hopefully your friend Taalik Ibn'rad. I would first like to apologize for my voice. I would like to apologize for my health. I am really not feeling all that well, but this subject, I feel that I needed to fight the ill feelings that I have in order to bring a message, in order to bring advice. Whether that advice is taken, accepted, or it is rejected, it is a message, it is advice that I feel I must bring before this particular group of persons. Before I begin, I would like to send a shout out to all those who subscribe and have been trying to keep up with this ministry on YouTube. As you know, YouTube is a very volatile place for me to be. If you search a little bit, I am there. I will never allow faceless trolls to keep me from YouTube. At the same time, I really don't care too much anymore for YouTube because it is what it is. And if you have other places to go, why not take advantage of these other places where you can have peace rather than stay in a place of hell and the one who runs the house don't mind you catching hell. But I'm not going nowhere. I am on YouTube. I am on YouTube. But for those of you who like to be in a more peaceful environment, I suggest to us that we create a channel on dailymotion.com, or we place our videos on our Facebook pages or Vimeo.com. That way, the faceless trolls have a lot of work. You gotta flag me on YouTube, and YouTube makes it easy. But Dailymotion don't make it that easy, and Facebook don't make it that easy, and Vimeo definitely don't make it that easy. So bring it on. You want to ban and suspend somebody. You don't run YouTube. You don't own YouTube. How the hell, excuse me. Woo. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use the word hell. How the heck is that better? I'm trying to catch myself. How the heck you gonna ban Angelsnupnup7 from YouTube when you don't own it? They don't care whether Angelsnupnup7 is on YouTube or not, because if YouTube ban Angelsnupnup7, really don't want Angelsnupnup7 in this media, they have the power to really ban and suspend Angelsnupnup7. But these faceless trolls who might just be YouTube employees, or they have friends who might be YouTube employees that give them the that teach them and show them how to quickly false flag videos and all that cowardly nonsense. Well, you keep doing that. I will keep you working. I'm way ahead of the game. While you false flagging 3, I'm creating 3 and 3 more. Plus, I had 3 more when you was false flagging those 3. I'm ahead of the game because I learned from history. I learned from my experience. So it's too late for you to do anything to me. So unless you are YouTube itself, YouTube the corporation, those who actually control, not a faceless troll, you ain't got nothing coming. So you might as well sit back and complain and go on about your business, because this buck don't stop here. So I thank those who are my subscribers trying to find me. I'm here. I am under different names because the flaggers, they target the Angelsnupnup7 name. But I have many names, even white racist sounding names. So you come find me. You come ban and suspend me. I just want to see you do that. You want to suspend and ban me, but my audience can always come and listen to me on Facebook, Vimeo.com, and DailyMotion.com. So, with that said, I thank those who have not given up and know that the mighty, mighty one refuses to fall. Not that easy. I come from a people who have survived some of the greatest hell ever placed upon a human being. They survived. So that is in me. I am a survivor. I'm going to make it. And the reason why you're watching me via YouTube is because Brother done made it. And a dang thing you can do unless you corporate YouTube, unless you Google itself, that's going to stop me from speaking to my audience and to those who don't know the sound of this voice. So you might as well go on about your business and play with somebody else. Because it takes a lot to ban and suspend this ministry, especially when YouTube is free, email is free. I wish they did charge a fee, because if they charged a fee, then you could not easily false flag people. Cowards. Oh, I hate cowards. But there are so many cowards in America hide behind a picture. That's why I have to have a great respect for those who partake in this movement called Occupy Wall Street. I want to speak to you, Occupy Wall Street. Actually, this is like a double topic. This is a double subject. On one hand, the subject is, should Black America, should we join, should we support this movement called Occupy Wall Street? And on the second half, Occupy Wall Street, you could be the saviors of America if you understand and took the correct action. So please bear with me. This is going to take me a few minutes. Please bear with me. Please listen to what I'm trying to say. And if you cannot listen to the whole video lecture, don't comment. Because if you comment, you commenting in ignorance. At least hear me out. And some of these people are lazy. They don't want to hear nobody out. They want a quick 5-6 minute video and go about their business. If you are that type, then you need to roll out. Because that's not happening here. And you cannot make a comment with intelligence. Not on this. It did not take, it took longer than 5 and 6 minutes to get to where we're at to form a Occupy Wall Street. It took more than 5 or 6 minutes to put the black community in the condition that we're in today. It's going to take more than 5 and 6 minutes for us to come together in an open, civil, honest, real manner so that we can deal with this situation once and for all, because it's been here for a long, long time. Sometimes it's a hot button issue. Sometimes it's on the down low. Those who are in control of government, those who benefit from this condition, they don't mind everything being on the down low. But now the people are beginning to hurt. You're already low. How far can you go? So out of this condition rises and Occupy Wall Street. And you know, I would like for you to be a winner, Occupy Wall Street, because if you are a winner, according to what I'm going to bring to you today, if you do those things, it makes me a winner. And we win together, where everybody benefit, not just like it was so many years ago, where a certain group of people, they helped, but they did not benefit from what they did. This is the case of Black America. We have helped everybody. We have loved everybody, but shown no love. Helped everybody, but none of the reward, bits and pieces, not what we actually earned, was given back to us. So I want to talk to Occupy Wall Street, because you are the last chance, the last glimmer of this nation ever being able to put itself in a position for healing, as it is a fallen country going the ways of ancient Rome, going the ways of all those great empires that thought they would never fall, thought they would be around forever. Some of them we don't even know anything about. Some of them may be at the bottom of the ocean. We don't know. Scientists and different archaeologists are finding the ruins, especially under the sea, where these great civilizations, these great cities are under the water. We never knew that they existed. It is so much to learn. We don't know who has been here and gone. America should want future generations not to read about America been here and gone, but America should be part of the catalyst, the example of the world of greatness, of bringing true freedom, justice, and equality to all of humanity. It's wonderful, but is it too late? Is it too late for this nation that had so much promise, given so much in so short of a period of time. I want to talk to you, Occupy Wall Street. I want to talk to you, Black America. Should we support Occupy Wall Street? Is Occupy Wall Street the saviors of a country that is? Let us look at America. America, if you exempt certain things, this is a beautiful place. You don't have to go anywhere to experience in America what this whole planet has to offer. In America, if you want to visit a desert, in America we have deserts that you can visit. There are parts of America that is like the tropics. You have oceans, large lakes, great forests. If you ever get into your automobile, if you ever get into your automobile, maybe you can afford a camper and just take a trip, not too far even from where many of you live. It is so much beauty in this nation. It is incredible. So much wildlife, so many things to see, so many things to know. Many of us, as soon as we get a chance, we want to jump on an airplane and ride to somewhere in Europe or go to Asia or Central America or some foreign place, and you really don't even know what you have right here under your feet. The forefathers of this nation, those who sacrificed and died to make this place, this nation, this corporation, what it is, knew exactly how valuable and knew exactly what they had. But just like it is with black children, our youth, the youth are really not taught. They're really not nurtured to the land that they have inherited. They really don't know what they have. This goes to show you the continuation of the failure of America in its educational system, when pride in America is really lip service and you really don't know what you have pride in. Because if you have pride, there's always two sides of the coin. As well as you can have pride. I have great pride in myself. But there's a flip side of the coin that we don't like to talk about. And that's a bad side. Because as beautiful as America is, as wonderful as it is, you live in a nation that if I spoke the way I'm talking right now, it could be a death sentence. But in America, they give us the right to express ourselves with freedom of speech. Now, even though that speech is your right, there are those who are supposed to be citizens who may not like what you say, that could seek to murder you for what you say, including those who are supposed to and took the oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. There are those in government that will murder you, plan your death, while you express your right of freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, or whatever your right under the Constitution may be. They will murder you because you threaten something that benefits them, or you are exposing something that benefits them. So those who are part of Occupy Wall Street, even though you are expressing your constitutional rights, or maybe some may say privileges, those in the upper echelons of government don't view you as a friend, because with your crying, with your protesting, you are shedding light on something that's always been there, but many people ignore. Some folks just don't want to see. And some folks, because of their ignorance, they didn't know it was there. And so they have to shut you up. They have to do something about you, because you may cause others to see. Occupy Wall Street has joined the realm of, in religion they say, the prophets of God, who come among the wicked, bringing light, shining a light into the darkness. And even though you really don't know quite which direction or what you want to do, you're stirring up the pot. And those who benefit from a pot not stirred don't like you. But they have to be careful, because you are a United States citizen. And they have already pretend like other leaders who quash their dissidents, their protesters, their revolutionaries, and treat them with violence. Oh, they have judged and condemned them. But now we will see exactly how this government behaves. Oh, I'm a student of history, and you should become a student of history. While America is running their mouth talking about Syria or Colonel Gaddafi or what's happening in Iran and or China, all these places, oh, human rights violations. Do your history. It wasn't that long ago that America shot down students at Kent University. Am I right? Look it up. It wasn't that long ago when you allowed dogs to attack black people in the street and water hoses. Even right now, when I watch the news, I watched a police officer grab one of the Occupy Wall Street protesters and throw him over the railing. You mean to tell me you really believe that these people are different from the dictators that they talk about, that they try to condemn? You really believe that? They will be nice to you as long as you shut up. They will be nice to you as long as you stay in your place. I admire those who protest Occupy Wall Street. I have no choice, because you're not, and you've decided, I'm not going to just sit at home. I'm not going to take this lying down. I'm willing to go to jail. I'm willing to die for what I believe in, for this cause. And that makes you dangerous to those who are in power. They don't want the pot stirred. I have no choice but to respect the Occupy Wall Street movement, because you have decided to take action. Dr. Martin Luther King said, well, I don't know. I was told he said this. I wasn't there. But Martin Luther King Jr. said, I was told, the reason why evil exists is because good people do nothing. So we've gotten to this point because it has been brought to my attention that, oh, so many people are so good. And that is true. You are good, but you are a coward. You are a good coward. You are a good sissy. You are good. You're good for nothing. How can you sit back, living in this condition of political corruption? It has been going on for a long, long time. And the reason why young white people and young people in general, they have a different mindset because you messing with my future. You tell me to go to college and get an education. I get the education, you have no job for me. But you have $50,000, $100,000 in debt as soon as I graduate. Where's the promises that you made? If I get this education, if I do this, if I do that. Where is this American dream? But the rich, when they have problems, you bail them out. But here are people trying to better themselves, putting themselves in thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. Nothing. There's no help. There's no bailout for them. Something is wrong. And even prior to this. But now the situation is coming to a head because younger people, regardless of your race, younger people are not like the older generation who was good for nothing, cowardly, because they are comfortable in whatever they get out of the corruption, the scraps that the criminals in high places leave you. And I say it again, the criminals in high places leave you. So I have to admire you for your taking a stand, because you are showing yourself that you have a certain character, that you don't like evil, that you don't like right, you don't like wrong, and you're willing to stand to make things right. But why are you like this? Is it really because you are good at heart? Or is it because you have become uncomfortable? When you was comfortable, did you cry? When everything was going fine for you, were you upset? So are you crying really out of injustice? Or you crying because I want my crumbs. I didn't get my crumbs. And if that is how you really feel, you occupying Wall Street because Wall Street didn't give you your crumbs, then you have guaranteed the end of America. It don't make no difference if you occupy Wall Street or you occupy McDonald's. Your nation is on its way down, because you should be standing for what is right, what is correct, not for your individual greed, your own self-gratification, your own comfort. You should be looking out and trying to stop from the destruction of what your ancestors built. That's what you should be doing. So I'm raising the question, why are you occupying Wall Street? Are you doing it for a selfish purpose because you don't have a job? Because now you are uncomfortable? There's a flip side of the coin. I earlier talked about America the Beautiful. And whether we like it or not, there are many things beautiful about America. But are those who protest in the Occupy Wall Street movement, are you ready to deal with America the ugly? Are you ready to accept the reality of this nation and the evils that it has done to citizens here and what it has done to people all over this planet? It is beautiful and it is ugly. It is a beautiful country. It is the only country, the only nation I personally know. But it was built on black slave labor. Was those slaves treated humane? How can you treat a slave humane? They should never have been a slave to begin with. When you first walked upon these shores, what did you do with the people that was already here? Did you share the land, or did you try to exterminate them? And with the slaves, and with those of whom you could not exterminate, you broke them down and forced them to accept your way of life. There should have been a occupy something among the slaves. There should have been an occupy something among those of whom was pushed off this land a long time ago. But these people was broken down so good that all the fight was taken out of them. So the reason why there has not been an Occupy Wall Street earlier is because the fight has been taken up out of the people. How do you take the fight away from folks? Well, give them some crumbs. Give them a little something. Instead of giving the baby a bottle or a breast with milk, give the baby a pacifier. So the masses of the people have become pacified. And let us take advantage of our religious leaders and let them tell the masses of this great, beautiful place after you die. Keep the people calm. How else do you keep the people calm? You keep the people calm by keeping them drunk So many of you are alcoholics. Y'all are dope fiends. You're sex fiends. You're addicted to something or somebody. You have been pacified. Your television is full of nonsense. Your radio is full of silly, nasty, filthy music. You have become pacified. And then you go to church on Sunday or Saturday or whatever, so the pastor can tell you of a different place where you will get the peace after you die, when you could experience some of that peace right here while you live. How do you believe that a nation built on theft, lies, deceit, murder, enslavement, genocide, countless atrocities, still bombing folks? How do you believe that good is supposed to be the ultimate gift to you? And now, the forces, those who are in high places in America, they have become so paranoid, looking at Iran, looking at North Korea or Pakistan, looking for somebody to drop bombs on them. And if you good, why would you be paranoid about somebody trying to hurt you? It's because they know what they have done to others. It is the American people who don't know what this nation has been doing now and for a long time. And now the young people, you're paying the price. You're dying in Iraq, Afghanistan, and who knows what else. Not for your benefit, but for the benefit of the rich corporate folks that control your leaders. It makes no difference whether you are a Republican or a Democrat. They are all corrupt and should be sat down. And your Constitution says that you have a right to sit them down and start all over again. And Occupy Wall Street is the beginning, is the catalyst. If you play your cards right, you are the beginning of the end of this corruption, or you will just help bring your nation down for the count. Two sides of the coin. So are you ready to straighten your government up, Occupy Wall Street? Or you just protesting and you angry because I don't have a job? The bankers is taking everything. It's deeper than the bankers. They deal with the money. But there's a whole lot of other stuff going on than just moving the money. If Occupy Wall Street is just about job, just about dealing with some Wall Street and some bankers, then your movement is serving no real purpose. And that's why you're a threat, but you're not a threat, because there is no real purpose. Occupy Wall Street should be a movement to clean up the government at the highest levels. You need to start throwing these corporations out of government and out of the courthouse. But those who are in power not going to leave easy. And you have to be prepared to go all the way, not for no job, but for the rehabilitation and the remodeling of your nation in order to stop it from falling. Those at the top of the heap, they live comfortable. They benefit from this. But those who are on the lower totem pole, you don't. But yet you die on foreign soil. You and I, we have become the slave to those who are in power, those who control your president, those who control your Congress, those who control your judges. It is well above them. These are nothing but puppets on a string. They are sellouts. You have sellouts and we have sellouts in the black community. That's why I exist. Because of sellouts. And that's one of the issues of whether or not black people or black America, how can I suggest to those who are born the descendants of slaves, how can I, in being in, what's the word I'm looking for? But how can I really tell another black person to join something that don't benefit them? And we're going to talk about that in my conclusion, but we want to talk about Occupy Wall Street, Occupy America. Under the Constitution, you have a right to bear arms and form a militia. This was not just designed for the citizen to have a bear arms and form a militia just due to foreign invasion. This was done so that the citizens can defend themselves against a corrupt government. How much more corrupt, how much more incompetent, how much more worse than you can you get than your current administration, your current leadership? According to the polls, the Congress approval ratings is lower than 9%. You're sick of them. And you should be sick of them. So many of your political leaders, Republicans and Democrats, they are incompetent. They are sellouts. They bought and sold. They're not fighting for the benefit of those who protest in an Occupy Wall Street. They continue to look out for those who already have. But what you must understand is that there must be a slave class. What's the sense of being rich and somebody don't chauffeur me around? What's the sense of being rich and I have to cut my own grass? What's the sense of being rich and I have to do my own work? The reason why I feel good about myself and I'm wealthy is because there are servants that I can give a slave wage to and treat like a slave, an indentured servant. And see, many Caucasian people, they finally realize I'm nothing but a slave. You work 5, 40, 70 hours a week. And many of us work for years and you don't have nothing. Then after working yourself to death almost, you begin to get sick because your idea of having fun is drinking and smoking, doing drugs or whatever. And then we get sick, combined with this employment, not getting sufficient rest. You can't even get health care. You die. Many of us, we die with nothing. And our bodies filled with some kind of cancer, some kind of sickness. And so, unlike black folks, white people finally realize. In fact, I could say many people are realizing we are and have become and have been slaves. Not the type of slave that my ancestors experienced with the shackles, but a different kind of slavery. A slavery where most don't even know and realize they are a slave. So, exactly what should Occupy Wall Street be? Are you just a group, a gang of people upset because you don't have a job? Because Wall Street gets special privileges? Wall Street has always had special privileges. Are you just upset because now you're not comfortable? I want a Mercedes Benz. I have a degree. I should have a Mercedes Benz. I have a degree. I should have some of the good life. Is that what Occupy Wall Street is about? So you need to point your finger at somebody? So you figure, let us point our fingers at the bankers. It is not just Wall Street. It is your whole country. Your whole country is falling. The educational system, America used to be in the sciences, mathematics, #1. Now you're falling down into the 20s, all the way into the 30s. Your corporations give all your jobs away, ship them off to foreign lands. It's your country and their policy and their vital interests. Now, here you and I, we live in America. All the time they say on television, the president, oh, we have to work in behalf of America's vital interests according to the policy of America. How many of you know what the policy of America is? Exactly what is America's vital interest? What is it? They keep telling us this lie, we're protecting your freedom. We're fighting for freedom. You're protecting our freedom. Who? Oh man, y'all excuse me, I don't feel really good, but I want to try to get through this. Who are you protecting our freedom from? Who? How many bombs been dropped? Well, 9/11. 9/11 is not a nation. You say or claim that it's some dispersed group. There is no threat on your freedom. How you gonna protect something that you never lost? You're not fighting for no freedom. You never lost anything. Now, back in the day, a slave could say, I'm fighting for my freedom, because that slave was indeed enslaved. I'm fighting for my freedom. You can't say that. That's garbage that they feed us to keep your mind away from questioning what is the policy of America. What is the America's vital interest? Exactly what is that? And whatever it is, it has brought you to the point right now that America is hated all over the planet. At one time, America was respected even though it was born out of evil. But now, as an American citizen, if you leave this land, and even upon this land, you are being targeted because of your government's foreign policy and vital interests that you don't even know. That secret that they won't tell us has this nation in trouble. If you just want to occupy Wall Street so you can get your share of the corrupt money, then I know for a fact I can tell black people we don't want no part of it. We don't want no part of that. Because what you should be doing, you want to change America's foreign policy. You want to know what it is. You want to know what the vital interest is. These people, they allow you to, under the Freedom of Information Act, they only allow you to know so much. If you could open up the files, if you really could see what your government has been doing and what they have done, it'll make you embarrassed, it'll make you cry, it'll make you mad as hell. Because you've been used, white man of America. We've been used, black people of America, Asian Americans, all of us on the bottom rungs, slaves. You've been used. Oh, did I also tell us that race also is used to pacify? So while we're blaming black folks, or while somebody's blaming poor middle class white folks to do this and whatever, and the Mexicans hate the blacks and the whites hate the blacks and the blacks hate the white, while we're going through all that, when the time comes, while y'all fussing and fighting, put on the suit, and I'm going to send you to Iraq. Put on the suit, I'm going to send you over there. I'm going to take your taxes and build bombs and blow something else up. And you don't even know what's going on. We need to, what is Occupy Wall Street? What is it really about? What are you really going to be about? Getting a job? So those who will still be in power can continue to use you and your job so you can support them in their incompetence, in their corruption, in their disinformation to the masses of the people. What I would like to suggest to those who are involved in Occupy Wall Street is that, especially younger white people, younger Caucasian people, this is your nation. You are the majority out there. I want you to think about this. You need to not be like your fathers. What's the sense of occupying Wall Street when the only thing you're going to do is just get your crumbs, and you're not going to change the system, you're not going to change the behaviors that cause you to bring out or form or occupy Wall Street? The nation, not just Wall Street, your whole country, educational system, law, all of entertainment, the whole nation needs to be changed. Everything needs to be occupied. I heard that there's an Occupy America. It needs to be occupied, not with occupied with more wicked people, corrupt people, but a brand new mindset. And perhaps you can turn it all around and become the shining stone, an example of what people from different places in life, different races, different languages, different cultures. This country can be the light. It can be the shining example. Different races, different languages, different cultures. This country can be the light. It can be the shining example of what human beings can do once they break the grip of evil. And I thought that was the purpose of the church. How could all this exist with so many mosques, so many synagogues, so many churches on every corner? How could this wickedness, this corruption exist? And many of your political leaders are in the church. They're in the mosques. They're in the synagogues. How could all this happen with all this religion around us? So that should make you question religion or those who control religion. You have a right to bear arms and form a military, not just because of foreign invasions. I don't know if I covered that. I'm talking so quick, and like I said, I'm not feeling very well. But it says in the Constitution that you have a right to bear arms and form militia, not just for a foreign enemy, but for inside, homegrown government that's gone corrupt. And it can't get too much worse. And it's been going on for a long time. But good people do nothing because they are satisfied with their job. So if they got job, they don't care nothing about the evil. They don't care about the corruption. They don't care about the wickedness. They don't care about the soldier who comes back home, can't find a job. The soldier whose family is on welfare. What you really fighting for? Well, I got my job now. We don't have to occupy Wall Street no more. Matter of fact, I can buy stock in Wall Street now. Is that what you about? Is that what you protesting about? Because you uncomfortable? But you're not interested in that which brought us to this point, which is decades and generations of corruption. Even from the very beginning, the founding fathers themselves, you got to deal with the reality that this nation was born from out of evil. But, it don't have to stay that way, because you don't have to be like them. From 1675, you don't have to be like them. In 1775, you don't have to be like them. In 1865, you don't have to be like them. In 1965, you can turn it all around. Unless you're comfortable with a job. When your government is corrupt and your nation is falling. So what? You have a job. But your country is self-destruction. So you will only enjoy your job for just a little while. Because pretty soon, you and your job and your nation that you claim that you love, it won't exist. Not because Iran dropped a bomb on you, not because the Soviet Union, Russia dropped a bomb on you, because what is more embarrassing is when a country and a nation self-destructs. Oh, how embarrassing that is. Due to greed. I want to be better than somebody else. I'm the high class. It's about the middle class. The middle class are angry because they hurt. Do you speak for the poor? Who is speaking for the poor? Who has always hurt? Now the middle class hurt. Let's occupy Wall Street. The poor, the disabled, those who cannot speak for themselves, the helpless, those who are unseen, but there, have always been hurting, uncomfortable. But as long as I'm middle class, as long as I got my job, I don't care nothing about them. So now you're being punished, middle class, because you're just as greedy as the rich over you. But now you can't be comfortable like you once was. Occupy Wall Street. Are you seeking money? Or are you seeking what is just, what is right, what is equal? That's the question. So, if Occupy Wall Street is nothing but a group of people begging for a job, but they have no intent to do anything about the condition or the circumstance that caused the forming of an Occupy Wall Street, then the rest of this video, the rest of this lecture, you don't have to listen to, because it does not pertain to you. Did I use that word, pertain? Has nothing to do with you, because that's not where your heart is. Your heart is just trying to make yourself comfortable instead of trying and realizing that you are living in a nation that is in trouble. You just want a job. So let us hurt somebody with a job, the Wall Street bankers. Good luck. But for those of you who really understand your position and can understand how important that you are, and that you are much greater than a group of people camping out in a park. You're much, much better than that. You have much more intelligence than that. And those who are in the upper realms of power really not tripping off of you. Not really. Because they see what you're doing. So they can easily respond. You're a threat, but then you're not a threat. Occupy Wall Street. Those of you with this mentality to fight for a change, not the change that President Obama promised. President Obama could have made a change, but instead he was like the good people, good for nothing, and became a coward and decided to bow down to those in the higher realms, those who are unseen. We really don't know who they are. Some of y'all call them the Illuminati. And you said some names, and you said Rockefellers and whatever. Is it that easy Do you really think that they make things that easy for you? Oh, it's the Rockefellers, it's all these other rich folks. Of course, they might have a whole lot to do with it. But why is it so secret? Why is that which is so secretive now is well known? Everybody, oh, the Illuminati and the Illuminati, and you can point fingers. You don't know these people. You don't know the Wall Street bankers. You don't know who's behind Hollywood. You don't know nothing about none of these folks. You caught up in some imagination game. So since they want to play the imagination game, if you were intelligent, then you'll play it right back and become something that the Illuminati has never dealt with before. I want to bring our talk to conclusion. For those of you who want more than a job, because I'm uncomfortable with all my education, I still have nothing. That should not be the purpose of Occupy Wall Street. In fact, you need to sit down. Those who are the organizers, you need to sit down and come up with the purpose of Occupy Wall Street. Is the only purpose is to pitch up a tent in a park? You have to have a goal. You have to have an agenda. Occupy Wall Street is a failure if it is just based on senseless emotion. Because I'm uncomfortable, I don't have a job, I'm angry at Wall Street or whoever. Because while you are angry, it's business as usual for them. You have to not only organize, but you have to set yourself up with an agenda, a purpose, and a goal, so others can look at what you're doing and decide whether or not they want to be part of it. Nobody wants to be part of senseless emotion. Senseless people just hollering and screaming because they upset. So what, you upset? What you gonna do with that energy? You have to become something different than what the Illuminati or corrupt government is used to. It is wonderful. It is brave that a person would go to jail, that you would risk being hurt, beat up, embarrassed. Some of you who are Wall Street occupiers, some of you may have jobs, and when your employer find out that you're part of that Occupy Wall Street thing, they might hold it against you. It's according to what their political beliefs are. Because see, your employer is comfortable. Don't make too much noise. I don't mind you being a little emotional, but don't shake things up too much. Because they are comfortable. If you are going to go to jail, if you're going to die, if you're going to risk being hurt, then there must be benefit. If you go to jail, somebody dies, there has to be a benefit for that action. Otherwise, it's a waste. Right now, since there's no agenda, since there's no purpose, since there's no goal, going to jail is senseless. It offers no benefit. Then you must change your strategy and make those who don't like you your enemies, make them wonder what you're doing, because what happened to them? All those thousands that was in the street. The thousands are no longer in the street. They went underground and doing something different. And the thousands turned into millions. Because only millions can deal with a government that has gone totally incompetent, 1000% corrupt. You have these people, you have so many people. They are comfortable. But there are good people, but they are scared. But if you have enough who are not scared, perhaps you can influence those who are scared, those who are sitting on the fence. Because if they are good, they know it's good for the country. That this, in order to stop the nation from falling, collapsing, the old boys club must be broken up. And the old boys not going to go out without a fight. It's as simple as that. And if you have that type of character, if that's your purpose, to change the government, to make this nation something brand new, which benefits all, instead of a certain group like it has been, then perhaps I can say with confidence and sincerity, I could suggest to Black America that we can become part of that. But even before we can become part of that, the reason why Black America suffers is because prior to myself, many Black leaders sold the Black community out because they became comfortable. They did not care about those who didn't get anything. And they didn't try to get those who didn't have nothing, something. Next thing you know, Black folks who were slaves working from sun up to sundown, now we're being made mockery of because a certain amount of us are seen as welfare recipients. When we come from a hard-working people, that's because with our Black leaders, these leaders sold us out. The community got nothing. And we lack proper education, having no self-worth, no low self-esteem, having nothing. And so no matter how you make mockery of people who view themselves as nothing, you don't hurt their feelings. We have to show them that they are somethings, that they are somebodies. Give people an opportunity and show them that they are indeed better. But those who like being better than somebody else, they need somebody to make fun of. They need somebody to make mockery of so they can feel superior. And that was the purpose of white supremacy, to make white folks feel better and greater than dark people. Even though you could be the trashiest white man, as long as you had Caucasian skin, you was better than a college, Harvard graduated Black man. Somebody always looking for somebody to degrade and make mockery of. I got more money. That makes me better than you. I have more education. That makes me better than you. I'm a man. You're a pitiful, weak woman. I'm better than you. I'm rich. I'm better. I'm white. I'm better. No, I'm black. I'm better. Occupy Wall Street. And all of us who want to do right, all these barriers, all this superficial change, these things that's around our minds must be broken. So in my conclusion, the ultimate question that was raised, should Black America participate in Occupy Wall Street? Like I said before, our leaders sold us out. And even what they were doing, we were helping others. Our blood, sweat, and tears. Helping getting presidents elected. A recent example is Barack Obama, the first black president. But this president, we understand that he must be for the people, but he has done nothing to help the black community that's beneficial to the black community that have been hurting for a long time. Our communities, those things would concern us. We are supposed to be Americans, but everybody has different problems. Everybody is not the same. Stop telling that damn lie. We are not the same, because if we were the same, there would be no Occupy Wall Street. So stop telling that lie. Occupy Wall Street must understand this. From my point of view, for me to suggest black folks join this movement. Occupy Wall Street has great potential to be the catalyst to correct the wrong, to heal the wounds of over 400 years that has brought us to where we are today. The nation is hurting. And the reason why it's hurting is because it's filled with disease and it is falling. It has become self-destructive, paranoid, looking for outside forces to cause it harm, when the nation itself is its greatest enemy. So should Black America, who have always been the 99%, never known a day without being the 99%. Oh, what about Oprah? What about Bill? We're talking about 40 million people. Stop bringing to me these silly arguments. Every black man in America can't be Bill Cosby, can't be Michael Jordan. Every black woman cannot be Oprah Winfrey. In fact, they don't want to be these people. Everybody want to be who they are. You think it's about money. It's not about money. It's about being treated with justice, being treated free and equal. Because if we were treated in that manner, there would be no problem at all. Has nothing to do with money. Because if you treated me like you love me, you respect me like I respect you, you'll make sure that I have money, that I'm taken care of, because you want for your brother as you want for yourself. But see, the problem is, I want to tell these young white people, these older white folks in power and in certain places, they don't see brotherhood. It's all about what they want. Because you want for your brother what you want for yourself. And if the black community is not like everybody else's community, something is wrong. And if you say we don't have the capability or something about us, we're doing something wrong, then you need to bring us some help. But you just sit back and make fun of folks and make up these stories having no idea of what our situation or what brought us to where we are today. Have no idea. Because you are better. And as long as you're dealing with people who feel they are better, this nation's destruction, this nation's doom is inevitable. I cannot suggest that black people join and support Occupy Wall Street because it has no agenda, has no purpose, has no goal. What is the benefit of black America in Occupy Wall Street? So we can get a job? The black community has been marching and crying and begging for jobs ever since. After slavery, during slavery, there was plenty of jobs, plenty of work. How can you expect black folks to jump into bed with you? That's been our problem. Always jumping into bed with people. And they don't have to prove nothing to us. You don't have to show that you care about us. You don't have to show that you love us. Not by your talk. See, there's a lot of folks that talk. But where are your actions? What is the benefit of black folks? In order for me to feel comfortable suggesting that we should join and occupy Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street must show that it is sincere in what it wants to do for the black community. We must have a benefit. Well, you could say whatever Occupy Wall Street get is for the benefit of the whole. Everybody benefits. Black people in America, we've been here in this country for generations. How does all these other communities benefit? But ours have yet to benefit. We help other groups. For an example, many black women joined the white women's liberation, women's rights groups, have yet to really benefit. That mentality has caused division and strife and confrontation between black women and black men. That's what it caused. Gave us more problems. We don't want that type of benefit. There must be a benefit. There must be a showing of character. There must be a showing of some type of action to show us that it would be beneficial that we help to get this job done. The black man, the black America has fought in every war ever since the Revolutionary War. The black America has paid trillions of dollars in taxes. What what have we benefit from being in America? And then a select few make it and are successful. They become comfortable. And then they are used to degrade those who were denied opportunity. Black America, at one time, we was a thriving people. We had a black Wall Street. Did you know that? It was bombed. Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had over 60 black towns. Black folks was doing just what everybody else that came from some other foreign land. The only difference is that you had a certain group of people in America, in places of government, that used their laws, used their positions to hinder our progress. You don't want to talk about that. These things are not used against these other folks that's coming to America nowadays. Because there's a fear that black people are take over. And why are you afraid that black folks don't take over when these black folks are American citizens? Everything they do benefit America, not black America, America. Because you told that lie that white is superior. And if black folks was left alone, they knew, even though we came up out of slavery, some of the worst human conditions imaginable, we'll rise to the highest of heights. As a people, we've been doing it even under oppression. So you know what would have happened if we were not messed with and allowed to do what we know we can do. How do we know you can be trusted? Because those in the past, we could not trust them. They sold us out. And some of our own black leaders, because they got comfortable, or a certain group of blacks who white folks saw as spokespeople, even though black people did not vote them as a spokesperson, and they are comfortable. I speak for black people. Black people have never chosen a leader. When y'all said black people do this, black people do that, why you keep saying that nonsense? Black people are not unified to do nothing. This group do that. This individual do this, whatever. There is no black nothing. There is no black leader. There is what the black folks, y'all do this. We ain't doing nothing. There is no unified action. There is no unified culture. This black man is doing his thing. She doing her thing. Everybody doing their thing. And those of us who have a little sense, we see what we have in common, so we can come together and try to figure out what is in the best interest of us, even though we are divided. If we wasn't divided, we could come and tell you straight, there should have been a black occupy something a long time ago. But we've been pacified, lied to, made to believe all this is ours. Crumbs. Been getting crumbs for a long time, and you don't understand that. That's mind-boggling to you. But as you continue to hurt, as you continue to occupy Wall Street and be uncomfortable, then your mind will open up and you will finally say, now I understand what them black leaders, those black people been saying. I understand clearly now that the reign of ignorance have fallen. When you put yourself in a position, have an agenda, a goal, and a purpose, and show that you have character and you are not like your fathers, then perhaps it's a possibility that Black America should support and join Occupy Wall Street, or that which grows greater than Occupy Wall Street. Because this nation is in need more than just a job. In religion, the preacher said that you are spiritually corrupt. Your mind is in the gutter. You're a porn addict, rapist, murderer. In fact, a little young boy, 1 year old, was murdered today in St. Louis, right before I began making this video. It's getting worse and worse. The crime, the people are sick. And you are sick because you've been given corrupt physical food and corrupt spiritual food. So in order for this nation to survive, a savior has to arrive. And if you take my advice, if you listen to what I'm saying to you, then perhaps if there's mercy from the creation on this nation, you can become the saviors of America. And then if you have the right mentality, those of us who are descendants of slaves, we can feel comfortable with joining those who are not like their fathers, as you have risen beyond race, as you have risen beyond class and gender and religious differences. You have become more than Americans. You have finally become the children, as they say in religion, of the Most High. It's beautiful if you really think about it. But it has a high cost. A lot of suffering. But it's all well and worth it. Thank you for listening. This is your brother Taalik Ibn'rad. Jot down your comments. Could have talked a little bit longer, but we're going to stop right here. Thank you for listening. Join me on BlogTalk Radio Monday, November the 21st, 6 p.m. The link is in the box. Peace out, y'all. Respect you.